folks! Welcome back. This is Timmy, you're watching MetaMan. I'm just kidding. I'm still just having fun with the green screen. But in this video, I just want to talk about some indie TCGs. A few of these guys actually reached out to me and were wondering if I'd want to do a promotion or anything like that. And I don't want to do any more promotions. I don't even really think I want anyone else to send me stuff and have me open it. Even if they're not paying me. I haven't taken payment from any game ever, but I've just accepted compensation in the form of product, basically, and I just open the product, see how I like it and that sort of thing, but I think I'm even going to stop doing that now. If there's something that's interesting to me, I'll buy it on my own, but I just thought it'd be fun to take a look at a few of these games that if they didn't reach out to me, I wouldn't have even known they existed. But most of these guys, I just ghosted. So if any of you are watching this, sorry I ghosted you. I figured it'd be easier than replying and telling you I wasn't interested. It's nothing personal. I just don't really feel like doing any promos right now. So I guess without further ado, let's just go ahead and give some of these games an unbiased look. First one is Demon's Deck. These guys have raised almost 50K. And they've got 27 days to go. So I think this is a pretty new campaign here. And not bad. I mean, this isn't what we're used to seeing with those crazy numbers last year. You could launch any TCG Kickstarter and rake in like 6 figures no problem. That's not happening anymore. These guys' game looks like fine. I just am not, like, the cards look pretty cool. I think the art is solid. I just think the theme is maybe a little bit narrow. It's like the whole theme is like demons or something. To be totally honest, I haven't like looked this over super carefully. I know absolutely nothing about this game. This is just a cursory glance. Since these nice folks did care enough to reach out to me and say, hey, check out the game. So I guess I'm doing what they wanted in a way and showcasing their game, but overall, I mean, I would be surprised if this was like a long-term thing, but who knows? Cards look fine. I just think the theme is a little bit narrow with demons and stuff, so anyway, that's Demon's Deck. The next game is pre-Kickstarter, but it is actually called Alestrals. And Alestrals is started by a guy called A-Drive. And A-Drive is actually a pretty big content creator. I think he's got like, I don't know, 1 million subs on YouTube possibly? He's got a big following both on Twitch and on YouTube, I'm pretty sure. But this is a game that he is starting called Alestrals. And he actually reached out to me. He was wondering if I wanted to do a paid thing. I was really flattered by that, to be totally honest, because dude's kind of a big deal, and I did appreciate that. But looking at the game, it just didn't resonate with me quite enough. I honestly think it's kind of impressive that he's already got, 6,000 subs on the little Alestrals YouTube channel and that sort of thing. I think that's great, man. Good for him. If there's anyone that can start a successful card game or business of any sort these days, it's a big influencer. If you have a big audience and you're a big influencer, dude, you can do whatever the hell you want. You can start whatever business, whatever card game, whatever you want, and you have enough people behind you who like you and your stuff that you can just make stuff work and you can make businesses work. So I think A-Drive and his game here, Alestrals, might have a better shot than a lot of these indie games. But I didn't really feel like Alestrals here was necessarily for me. It looks too much like Pokemon, to be totally honest. And A-Drive's a big Pokemon guy, so I don't know. I guess it doesn't surprise me, but it also does surprise me because it's like a lot of these could literally just be like Pokemon. Like their names are like what you'd see from brand new Pokemon in Generation 69 or whatever, So I don't know. That's the main reason that I couldn't really get behind this. Also, the art is very like digitized. It's very digital looking, which I don't know. I'm okay with. It just, I don't know. It wasn't quite striking enough. I like it. I just didn't love it. And I don't like love it enough to take payment and like make a whole video series and like actually do a good job, which is what I would want to do if I was going to take an actual sponsorship on. There's A Drive. He's a hustler. I really do admire the guy, but yeah. Anyway, this is his game Molestrals. I just didn't really feel like it was me, but here we go. Kickstarter is actually launching November 15th. If it looks like something you're interested in, I think it could make it. Who knows? The next Kickstarter I wanted to talk about is Cannbeast. Good Lord, freaking Cannbeast just won't go away, man. First, they funded their Kickstarter, I guess, and then now they're funding first edition. So this is a Kickstarter just for Cannbeast's first edition. They've raised 339 grand. Holy crap. I'm sure they wanted to get to 420, but they're not going to get to 420. I think if anything, they'll lose some funding as we get to the very end of the campaign here. But that is extremely impressive right now to raise 339 grand in this economy, in this TCG climate, when everyone is just like fleeing the indies and, you know, putting money into safer TCG assets like vintage Magic, vintage Pokemon, sealed product like of main games and just stuff that like is safer. Like none of these indie TCGs are safe. I'm pretty sure almost all of them are going to zero. But that's damn impressive. I think what is noteworthy is there are only 380 backers here, and they raised 339 grand. So I don't know the math exactly, but on average, each backer is pledging like $900. That's obscene. That's absurd. That's silly. That means like literally all of these backers are probably in it for investment purposes to some degree. No one drops $900 on a game that they just honestly, earnestly want to play. No one drops $900 on a board game. So there's a huge financial incentive for all of these backers. I still think Cannbeast is a meme. I don't think this has any sort of long-term potential whatsoever. I don't think there's any way the game is real. Maybe the game has improved since I last looked at it, but at some point I looked at the rules of the game and it was like they're not fleshed out at all. It's like this is a meme. This isn't a real competitive TCG. I guess you could say it's like a real collectible game or whatever. I know weed culture is pretty big. Cannabis culture is a big deal to people. People really like identify with, you know, cannabis and living that life and all of that. Again, I think they have something here. Full circle, great dude, great artist as well. So, I mean, I'm not like rooting against Cannbeast. I'm just highly skeptical, and I'm honestly extremely surprised that they're still raising this much money for their first edition. Like that's freaking wild. And I don't really know if it's a red flag or not, but I saw that one of their most prominent artists, Shelbsters, she said on Instagram that she has like severed ties completely with them. And I don't know if there's more to the story, and I don't think she really explained, but she's already gone out as an artist. I had someone else like weirdly DM me like 6 months ago talking a whole bunch of crap about Cannbeast, saying that they actually started the game and then someone stole it from them. And dude, this whole thing is like, I'm sorry, it's a shit show. Like if you, I don't know. I don't know. I guess people who like weed like buying green things and lighting them on fire. So, yeah, you're definitely going to light some green things on fire if you back this. That's just my personal opinion. No hate. I don't see this as like investable or as a game to even play. So I don't really know what's left, and I don't really think this warrants as much investment as it's getting. But I think it's well within their right to launch a second Kickstarter. I don't see any problem at all with funding the first edition run. I don't know if Kickstarter is the best way to do that. I think it might be better to just take pre-sales on a website. That way they wouldn't have to give up some percentage of what they're raising to the platform Kickstarter. It'd be way better if they just had a solid website and they were just taking pre-sales, and they're like, all right, don't worry guys, we'll deliver product in like 4 months or whatever. But I don't know. I've never done this before personally, so maybe they need some of the infrastructure with the backer kits and the other stuff. I don't really know how all this Kickstarter stuff works at the end of the day. So maybe the Kickstarter is just a really convenient way to take these pre-sales for the first edition, but it also seems like kind of odd. But at the same time, they're totally well within their rights to do that. I think there was a post recently by Dr. Applesauce who was like maybe criticizing them for doing that. But yeah, I don't see how it matters. I just would not back this personally, but much love to anyone who is involved. Artists, definitely full circle, much love. And yeah, it is what it is. We can also take a look at Rise since I just opened their product recently. And oh, they're at that magic 420, 421 here. They got 4 days to go. Really impressive campaign here. I think Rise definitely must have had a following before this, or they just did really good marketing. Their cards do look great. Their game actually looks decent. Yeah, so maybe they've got something here. That is a good chunk of money to raise, especially right now in this environment. So good on them, I guess. Last and definitely not least, I want to talk about Life TCG, because it is now my life's mission to pump this game as hard as I can. Kidding, not kidding. I don't know. I just like it. I think it's a bit different than all the others. It's the trading card game where print runs mirror real world populations of endangered mammals. Dude, that's dope. That's honestly chill as fuck. I'm for that. I love animals. I love the earth. I think it's really important to raise awareness about endangered species. I truly do. And I think putting them on trading cards is like a really cool way to do it. When I was a little kid, like, you could order all these like little books and binders and things, these little pages of like animals. And it was through like, I don't know, maybe World Wildlife Fund or whatever it was at the time. And so I had all these little like books of like endangered species and animals and all that when I was a kid. And I don't know, this stuff just strikes a chord with me. And no one has done this. I think it's really cool because, I mean, you can only have so many games about wizards and warlocks and demons and dragons and angels and fantasy. Like, guys, I don't think we need any more fantasy card games. Seriously, just probably stop making fantasy card games. Unless you have something really new and really novel to offer, stop making Magic clones. Please, for the love of God, stop making fantasy TCGs if they're just going to be cookie cutter ass games that are just like Magic or Pokemon or something that's been done before. Just stop. You're going to fail. At least Life TCG here is like doing something a little bit different. They've got real animals on cards. And what's really cool is the print run actually mirrors the real world population that's estimated to still be alive. That's dope. That's so freaking cool. So like the mountain gorilla, I guess there's literally only 1,000 left in the wild, they're estimating. So I think there are only going to be 1,000 copies of like the foil mountain gorilla. Overall, I think the art looks great. Oh, and they're only printing one hollow earth card ever, apparently. That's super cool too. It's kind of a fun chase. I mean, only one person's going to get it, but whoever does get it, it'll be cool to like see it, you know, online or whatever. But I don't know. I think the cards look cool. There is a little game that they've got here too. It doesn't seem too crazy. The rules aren't too crazy. It's just about, you know, having the best stats on your animals, like their weight, speed, lifespan, population, that sort of thing. So that's basically Life TCG. I've decided it's my pet TCG, and I want to pump it as much as possible. I haven't actually decided if I'm going to back it yet, but I should probably put my money where my mouth is and actually back it, give them a few $100 or something. So I will keep you guys posted if I do that. Right now, these poor guys have only raised 20 grand, and I think they just launched 28 days to go. It's probably like a 30-day campaign. So they did just launch, but honestly, this is one of the cooler, more unique TCGs, and it's based on the real world. Only 69 backers so far. Giggity. You guys could be numbers 70 through 420, possibly. They're saying all mammals with an estimated population of less than 100,000 have a first edition card. The print run numbers follows the animal. Again, really wonderful concept. They're even putting 20% of all profits directly to charities helping the revival of wild mammals, including World Wildlife Fund, Defenders of Wildlife, Four Paws, world animal protection, that sort of thing. They're even making environmental commitments, reusability, recyclability, sustainable materials, environmentally friendly factories. They chose a factory that's Forest Stewardship Council certified. Really cool. Overall, this is a professional project. It's cool. These guys are doing something that they care about, and I think there's a lot more that we can say about that than we can of all these dumbass rugs and all these cookie cutter. So yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. Life TCG is the truth, you guys. And I have no affiliations with anyone anymore. I'm all washed up. I don't even think MetaZoo likes me anymore, so it's fine. I can just give you guys my unfiltered, unbiased opinions from here on out. And I'm gonna try to make more videos more often and just have them be like crappier so that I actually like make them instead of like worrying about whether they're good or not and stuff. So hopefully I stick to that. But as always, I really appreciate you guys. I always appreciate you watching, commenting down below. So thanks, it means a lot. See you guys in the next one. Bye.